was sort of like the dark side of hippie culture. Bunch of dudes working out of a warehouse, bunch of stoners, some really talented programmers. Come 1976, they were ready in production on the VCS, which would later be the Atari 2600.
So Atari has this idea for a console with interchangeable cartridges, and they want to get it out on the market, but Fairchild Semiconductors, this other million-dollar company who's into semiconductors, obviously, put one out. And Atari sees it and they say, we got to get out there now before this hits it big. This is our idea.
So what they did was they went to Warner and they said, hey, come in with us, buy out our company and put some money in and we can put out this thing and we'll make a lot of money together. So Warner puts in like $30 million to buy the company. Then they put in like another $100 million to get this thing out on the market in time for the big holiday season.
So ultimately, Atari selling themselves to Warner worked because we've never heard of Channel F. But that sale and that success came at a price.
Realistically, the hippie culture that permeated Atari wasn't conducive to making profits. And they needed to go through some changes.
So Nolan Bushnell, he's the founder, he also started Chuck E. Cheese, he gets forced out. They beam in Ray Kassar from corporate headquarters, and he is a total button-down suit and tie guy, and he's gonna turn everything around and make this a traditional by-the-numbers company. No more coming in at noon, no more smoking the reefer in the office.
It was a culture clash, and in a lot of ways, it destroyed what made Atari so great in the first place.
So from these starting irritations, like having to wear socks to the office, other problems grew out of that. The guys who were making the games, they were getting paid maybe 30 grand a year. And they would say, hey, I'm making this game, you just made $10 million off it, can I get a little bonus? Can I get something extra? No, nothing.
Kassar wouldn't let the people who made the games take any credit for their work. Like, their names weren't mentioned on the game anywhere. They were just basically programming monkeys, and, you know, the credit went to Atari.
Game design at this point is maybe not appreciated as the art it is today. Even today, I think people still kind of look at it as just programming, and it's not. There's a lot of choices to be made on a creative level. And they didn't really understand that at the time. So the designers weren't particularly well paid and they weren't respected.
Atari's top game makers, you know, went to the brass and tried to get some more money, you know, some royalties from the games they made, and, you know, it never worked out. So a bunch of the top designers left Atari and went to make their own company.
And they actually do it. They leave and they start Activision. And Activision starts making and selling games for the Atari 2600.
Which nobody saw coming. Atari certainly didn't see it coming. And now this has never happened before. I mean, mind you, this is a big thing.
Atari never thought that could have happened. That their designers would leave. Like, if they left, they'd be like, okay, well, you just don't have a job. I don't think they thought they were smart enough to be like, well, I don't think it's illegal for us to create our own games.
It's not just that some guys were leaving Atari, it's that the best guys were leaving Atari, and they were making great games like River Raid, like Pitfall. They were making better Atari games than Atari was making.